Eight of the most terrifying pirate attacks caught on camera have shocked the world. Pirates, once the historical nightmare of sailors, now make the world shudder as their attacks are captured on camera. From daring standoffs between sailors and illegal hunters to fierce battles between navies and pirates. Each story not only brings excitement but also reflects the concerning reality of maritime security today. And here are the 8 most horrifying pirate attacks caught on camera that have shocked the world. Join us to watch right now. 1. Attack on fishermen. The Fukuda Reserve, located between the California coast and Mexico, is one of the world's most precious marine sanctuaries. Especially for the nearly extinct Fukuda dolphin, often threatened by poaching. As hunters defy laws to exploit marine animals for huge profits. In 2019, a shocking incident occurred when bold poachers disguised themselves as fishermen to carry out an illegal hunting operation within the area. Noticing the unusual presence of this group, the crew of the conservation ship Fali Moet attempted to intervene. However, this effort quickly escalated into a dangerous confrontation as the poachers attacked fiercely. And the camera captured that breathless moment. They frantically threw large rocks and bombs at the ship, shattering windows and setting the deck ablaze. In the emergency, the conservation team used high-pressure hoses to extinguish the flames and repel the attackers. Mexican Navy personnel and federal police on board also fired warning shots into the sea to control the situation. Notably, this was the second attack in less than a month. Despite the extreme danger, fortunately, there were no casualties, but regrettably, no arrests were made either. Now, our journey takes a turn to another tense direction. When an oil tanker with Filipino crew in the Gulf of Guinea was attacked by pirates. Security camera footage showed a small fishing boat with 9 armed pirates not far from the oil tanker. Panic spread throughout the ship, with sailors continuously sending distress signals to the nearest port. All 21 crew members were immediately ordered to lock doors and rush to the Citadel, a specially designed safe room for defense against pirate attacks. Within minutes, the pirates used ropes with hooks to create a makeshift ladder and climbed aboard one by one. They quickly realized they couldn't operate the ship as the engine had stopped. And failing to take the crew hostage led to the failure of their ransom plan. Though subsequent details weren't recorded, reports indicate all crew were safe and requested to return home. Three, Indian Navy and Somali pirates. Here is footage from the Indian Navy, who thwarted Somali pirates' plan to hijack a commercial ship. By rescuing the MV Ruan in a 40-hour anti-piracy operation. Specifically, the pirates who seized the cargo ship Chalkur Mata fired at the ship and the Indian Navy's helicopter. An 8-second video shows a pirate stepping onto the ship's bow and aiming a gun at the helicopter circling above. The Indian Navy took defensive action and called on the pirates to surrender, release the ship, and any civilians they might be holding. The European Union Naval Force earlier stated that Somali pirates may have used the Ruan to seize a cargo ship. The Bangladeshi Chalkur, off the coast of Somalia this week. Before capturing the Ruan, Somali pirates had not successfully hijacked any ship since 2017. The 2007 Dalton's Homdan incident is one of the fascinating and unusual events in naval history, demonstrating bravery and unexpected cooperation between nations that could be considered rivals. The Da Homdan, a North Korean cargo ship, was attacked by Somali pirates near the coast of Mogadishu. These pirates were not just ordinary criminals but also acted as protectors of the crew. They took control of the ship and demanded a large ransom for the release of the crew members. Meanwhile, the USS James E. Williams, a U.S. Navy destroyer, received a distress signal from the Da Homdan. Immediately, the USS James E. Williams dispatched a helicopter to the area to assess the situation. From the air, the helicopter observed a struggle ongoing on the ship, where the Da Homdan crew refused to surrender. They organized a counterattack, trying to repel the attackers despite the perilous situation. The battle lasted nearly a day, and ultimately, the Da Homdan crew regained control of the ship. The pirates were defeated, with some injured in the fight. Notably, after the incident, North Korean news teams unexpectedly praised the actions of the U.S. Navy. This is a typical example of cooperation against bad actors at sea. This event created a positive image of teamwork among nations despite political differences. It shows that in emergency situations, common interests can help countries overcome political barriers. The pirates, initially considered enemies, have now become condemned subjects. While the crew of the Da Homdan received support from the U.S. Navy. 5. Pirates attack the USS Nicholas. In April 2010, the U.S. Navy destroyer USS Nicholas encountered an unexpected incident in the Indian Ocean. Somali pirates naively mistook this formidable warship for an ordinary merchant vessel. An unimaginable mistake, but the story didn't stop there. It became even more bizarre. When the pirates attacked, the USS Nicholas immediately counterattacked, destroying their small boat and capturing 8 pirates. But that was just the beginning. Nearby, the Navy also discovered a larger ship full of accomplices, and their fate was no brighter. This sea area has become notorious for piracy between Kenya and Seychelles, a region full of dangers. Expert Roger Middleton from Chatham House noted that many Somali pirates are just desperate youths. Unaware of the strength they're facing, this is not the first time pirates have dared to challenge world naval power. Previously, in April 2009, Navy SEALs had to intervene to rescue Captain Richard Phillips in a confrontation with pirates on the Maersk, Alabama. And this clash on the USS Nicholas also led to the arrest of the pirates, sparking debates on where and how to handle these troublemakers. 6. Somali pirates mistakenly attack a ship. In 2009, a group of 11 Somali pirates made a serious mistake by mistaking a French Navy ship for a commercial vessel and preparing to attack. The incident occurred in a context of increasing pirate activity in Somali waters, with many international merchant ships being hijacked and held for ransom. The pirate group, as usual, moved in small boats and prepared to approach their target. However, instead of a vulnerable merchant ship, the pirates targeted a French Navy ship engaged in maritime security missions in the area. As they approached, the French Navy quickly responded, preventing the attacks immediately. The pirates' actions showed a lack of information or confusion in failing to distinguish between a naval warship and a commercial vessel. The French forces subsequently subdued and arrested the entire pirate group. This not only prevented a piracy incident but also sent a strong message to other pirate groups operating in the region, that they might face unexpected confrontations if they continue their actions. This incident is one of many efforts by international naval forces to curb and suppress piracy off the Somali coast. After the incident, the captured pirates faced criminal charges. This action also demonstrated the international community's determination to protect maritime security and prevent illegal activities at sea. Pirates with the Russian Navy. In May 2010, the Russian Navy ship Mossa Sopotnikov carried out a spectacular rescue of the oil tanker Dova Moscow University and its 23 crew members from Somali pirates. Hundreds of kilometers off the Somali coast, the ship was carrying a massive amount of oil headed straight for China. And miraculously, during the tense rescue process, they protected every drop of oil safely, without any incidents occurring. The Russian Navy is not new to confronting pirates. Just a year earlier, in 2009, their ship Peter the Great captured 10 Somali pirates, confiscated their boat and equipment, and handed them over to Yemeni authorities. That same year, the ship Duda Phantom also participated in the anti-piracy fight, capturing 29 more and chasing off another pirate vessel. After several failures in preventing piracy, the Russian Navy shifted to a tougher strategy. In the Moscow University rescue, the crew quickly secured the ship and hid in a safe room, completely outsmarting the pirates and avoiding terrifying hostage situations. Notably, a U.S. Navy helicopter arrived to monitor the ship at night, assessing the situation before Russian special forces acted at 3 a.m., quickly capturing the pirates. Although there were skeptical opinions from the EU about Russia acting unilaterally in the dangerous waters, the Russian Navy received much praise, especially from the captain, who led the rescue excellently with full support from the entire naval force. After the incident settled, Russian leaders took pride in their navy's display of strength, and even previously critical European naval personnel had to acknowledge this as an outstanding performance. 8. The smokescreen is a warship. Going back to the 1920s, when there were no trees, trenches, or other terrain for cover, the open ocean created a particularly dangerous battlefield in the 20th century for both aircraft and ships. Therefore, the U.S. military developed smokescreens to help conceal their forces on the ocean at that time. A video from 1923, digitized and uploaded to YouTube, shows early 20th century technology that could blind a warship, preventing it from detecting an ongoing aerial attack. In the video, a biplane flies over U.S. Navy warships and creates a smoke wall large enough to hide an entire fleet behind it. The video, produced by the U.S. Army's Engineering Department, shows Air Force aircraft releasing a special substance that creates a smokescreen over 100 meters high. You might find it hard to believe and wonder if these questions were truly posed by people of that era? The answer is that this is indeed a real video, documenting a test conducted by the U.S. Army Engineering Corps. At that time, air forces were newly developed. Aircraft were relatively slow, noisy, and easily detectable when operating over the sea. Compared to large warships, fighter planes of that era were merely weak machines and became easy targets for gunnery. This special smokescreen did not appear in actual combat but was part of a series of tests directed by Major General William Mitchell, aiming to prove that air power could compete with naval strength. To enable bombers to successfully approach warships, the U.S. Engineering Corps proposed a method using aircraft to create a smokescreen, forming a massive wall of smoke over the ocean. This blinded the warships, making it impossible for artillery to target and attack the aircraft. At that time, humanity lacked modern electronic equipment for over-the-horizon operations. Everything relied on the naked eye, and this was truly an effective way to prevent targeting from warships. Thank you for watching our video today. These attacks were not only tense moments but also reflect the serious state of global piracy. We hope this information helps you better understand the issue and encourages concern for maritime safety protection. To miss upcoming exciting content, share your thoughts in the comments and let us know what topics you